All right, here we go again. Rideshare strike part 96, February 14th. Once again, there is a call for a national strike for all rideshare drivers, whether driving for Uber and Lyft, if not globally. We have folks in Canada also suggesting they're going to participate in these strikes. But will it be effective? Will you participate? What up, folks? Once again, it is indeed your boy Tim with another ride sharing video. Apps off on February 14th. Now, I've said before, and I've just simply stated many times that I don't necessarily believe rideshare one-day strikes are going to be very effective. However, I would strongly encourage all drivers that feel like what we're getting paid is bullshit to participate in this one-day strike. Now, I understand a hell of a lot of you folks out there are full-time drivers, so missing a whole day's pay is significant. However, having them continue to drop your pay from year to year without any sort of warning at all, or continue lying at you about different types of bullshit, such as putting medical transport patients in your vehicles and all this other shit, you got to be willing to give up a little bit to win a lot. You may lose a couple battles in effort to win the war. So I do suggest that all drivers participate in this if you feel like you're not getting your fair shake from the ride-sharing companies. Which leads to some obvious questions. If on February 14th, in the middle of a rideshare strike, just simply asking you, you can feel free to state in the comments what you might do in regards to these questions. If on that day they decide to give out $20 surge, would you take rides, or would you stick to your convictions in the fight to demand better treatment, better pay for drivers? Would you turn down $20 surge rides? If not, then this shit ain't going nowhere. How about a streak bonus? For every 3 trips in a row, we'll give you an extra $40. Would you turn that down if it was offered on February 14th? If not, this shit ain't going nowhere. Fact is, we need as much unity as we can get for this to work. Probably need at least 70% of drivers to participate. Otherwise, it'll be a strike that no one felt the results of. We've had like I stated in the beginning of the video, part 96, we've had a lot of strikes over the years. I've covered numerous strikes, been covering them for almost a decade. It ain't done shit to make ride sharing more profitable or even safe for drivers. Fact is, as I stated before, there are simply too many drivers that don't give a fuck about the strike and will drive anyway. And now that we're in an era where there are a heap of immigrants coming to the country, even more so than ever before, how many of them you think are going to participate in a ride-sharing strike when they're desperate to get their hands on any money they can? And many of them don't even speak the damn language to begin with. So they don't even know what the hell we're striking for, or that we're striking at all. But I do encourage those who do know, as I stated before, that if you want better for us drivers and you happen to be a damn driver, you should participate in the strike. But when I mentioned the $20 surge and things like that, the reason I'm throwing that at you is because that's based on real life scenario. Perfect example. Yesterday was the Super Bowl. Go Chiefs, won a little bit of money. They were offering, I believe, $25 surge trips for passengers to take them home from the Super Bowl. So if you were in Vegas during the Super Bowl yesterday, your trips were giving you an additional $25 on top of it. That's really difficult to turn down. Where you're getting some real, most of our trips are paying between $3 and $8 fucking bucks. So all of a sudden now your trips are paying $25 and above. That is a significant increase. Even if it's only for a few hours, you don't have to do much of that to make what you used to make all damn day. Could you turn that down? Because that is what is likely to happen if too many drivers go on strike. As I stated, we need about a 70% turnout, in my humble opinion, for it to be felt. Now, Valentine's Day, if there's a day to strike, I believe Valentine's Day is a bit weak. Yeah, there are a lot of folks going out to dinner, sweetheart type deals, things like that. Guys taking a woman out to dinner after work and things like that. But it's a weekday. It's not a holiday. It's not a day where people fly in from other areas to be with their family. So you're not striking at the airport. And Valentine's Day at the airport is probably not much busier than any other damn day. It's a day where folks are going on strike. I keep saying participate in it, but I don't think if you're trying to make a serious impact, Valentine's Day should have been a day to do it. Should have been a big holiday. Going on strike, over Thanksgiving weekend, which there were some cities that did that. That's going to be felt far more, particularly at airports. When everybody's flying in and nobody can get a damn ride, that's a day you should go on strike. Same thing with Christmas, or Memorial Day or July 4th, Valentine's Day. I mean, seriously, Valentine's Day. I don't know if that's the right day, but I don't give a damn if it's in the middle of the week. If it's in the middle of an unpopular month, I don't give a damn. I'm going to participate because I am a former union employee. I've always been a big supporter of unions. I've actually participated in actual labor strikes myself. So I wanted to ask you folks, though, if the money is presented, if they decide to pay significantly more for trips on Valentine's Day, do you have the conviction to turn that shit down? Would you be willing to turn down a $15, $20 surge trip? Several of them, in fact, maybe over the period of, 5-6 hours, where you could really make maybe $150, $200. Would you turn that shit down to show solidarity with other drivers in regards to this strike? Simply put, if you're not willing to do that, you are a prime example of why I keep saying rideshare strikes don't fucking work. There's not a lot of unity among us drivers, but hopefully you're one of the good ones. You're willing to turn that paper down for at least one damn day just to continue getting this in the news. And by the way, one of the real good things that's coming out of rideshare strikes, even though the lack of loyalty seems to exist, it's making the news. More and more news media outlets are starting to cover strikes. Rhode Island, for instance, the state of Rhode Island, that little tiny ass state that does have the big city of Providence in it, but they are going on strike February 14th, as we keep talking about. First time that state has a rideshare strike since 2013. So what is that, 11 years? That's pretty big. And it's being covered on the local news. So even if we don't get a lot of loyalty from the drivers, getting news coverage is also a big benefit, because the news will allow drivers to talk to reporters and state what the fuck we're complaining about, which is they're taking too much of the wages. A lot of drivers are facing, passengers that are, causing harm. A lot of carjackings. A lot of drivers around the country get carjacked, particularly in major urban metropolitan markets. So the fact that you can, request an Uber or a Lyft using someone else's account or a made up name, these are the things that needs to get out in regards to the media. And these strikes, a lot of, for everyone from veteran down to rookie reporters, they're looking for stories. They're looking for ways to fill up the news broadcasts. And these strikes give them that. So we're starting to see it being covered more and more, and that is a good thing. And by the way, I would certainly give credit to Business Insider. That is a news publication that routinely does some really good articles on what we go through. They don't spice it up or try to make it sound like Uber and Lyft is a get-rich-quick scheme or something great for the drivers or for public. They make it clear what the ride sharing companies are doing to us. And I appreciate the fact that they give a lot of drivers a fair shake in regards to being able to speak to the public. So shout out to them. Very similar to that Forbes article you seen Sergio did, but they're doing it all the damn time. So shout out to Business Insider. Nevertheless, let me know in the comments. I'd be curious to see how many of you folks are going to participate on February 14th with this nationwide strike. And if so, would you be willing to turn down big ass surges, big earnings guarantees, you know, a really nice shriek bonus if they offered it to get you to break the strike? Let your boy know in the comments. As always, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.